So how do you find a soulmate? Now, isn't that the million-dollar question? I bet the reason that most of you think you're not with that special person right now is mostly because you haven't run across him or her yet. But that's not the real problem. It might be the obvious problem, but the real problem is actually something quite different. In order for you to find your magical match, you need to look beyond the obvious problem to find the real underlying problem. I like to use the movie Moneyball as an example of what I mean about looking beyond the obvious. So Moneyball is a baseball movie with Brad Pitt. He plays Billy Beane, the general manager for the Oakland A's. And in the movie, Billy Beane and the A's are beginning the 2002 baseball season after losing 3 of their most valuable players. They're baseball superstars. You see, the A's can't afford to keep them because they're a small market team and they have a small market budget. In one of these scenes in the movie, Billy Beane is sitting down with his talent scouts and they're discussing the new recruits for the upcoming season. Now, the talent scouts are sitting down and they're going on and on about the new recruits and how they have the right swing or the right arm to be in the major leagues, or how they have the right face or the right girlfriend to be on TV. And at the head of the table, Billy Beane is rolling his eyes and he's doing this as he listens to the talent scouts say the same old thing that's been said for 100 years about building baseball teams. And he stops them and he asks them, "What problem are you trying to solve?" And each of the talent scouts in turn, in their own way, state the obvious problem. They're trying to replace 3 players so that they can field a team. And Billy Beane stops him and says, "You're trying to solve the wrong problem. The problem isn't that we've lost 3 players. It's that the Yankees, who we lost to last year in the playoffs, they've got a $120 million budget, and we've got a $41 million budget. We're never going to beat them if we just think about replacing players." You see, Billy Beane knows that if he doesn't begin to think differently, that he's going to lose to the Yankees year after year after year. So what did Billy Beane do in the end? He ignored the talent scouts and their 100-year-old ideals about judging players and building teams. And instead, he used pure statistics to build the 2002 A's team. And in doing so, he won the exact same number of games as the Yankees for 1/5 of the cost for each win. The A's also had a 20-game winning streak, and they broke an American League winning streak record that had stood for more than 50 years. Billy Beane looked past the obvious problem to address the real underlying issue. And then he applied a radically different solution. And when he did that, he succeeded in changing the face of baseball. What's the takeaway? The takeaway is that for you to find your soulmate, you must identify the real underlying problem and then apply a completely different solution. So the question is, what is the real problem that keeps people from finding a soulmate? And that's up next. Stay tuned.